Hello, good day. This is your village boy again. This weekend, thank you for being with me. It's the author of the popular Thoughts of a Village Boy. Today, I want to give you some tips about cash flow. In chapter 4 of my book, Thoughts of a Village Boy, I wrote cash flows, the paradox of a kingdom. See, as we approaching maybe perhaps the end of COVID-19, one of the major challenges that most businesses will go through is the management of their cash flow. Especially if you are not dealing with essential commodities. You may have, when you are back in business, you may have some challenges in dealing with your cash flow. So it is important that we pay attention to our cash flow. Of course, we do know that a profitable business may go bankrupt if its cash flow management is wrong or bad. So, as some of you know that I'm also an accountant by His grace, and having consulted widely for small, medium enterprises, SMEs, I have seen, at a very close range, the challenges most businesses face, in terms of their cash flow management. So I will be giving you some tips as we go on as your village boy, who wants you to succeed in your business. I'll be giving you some tips on business. So it will be called Village Boy Tips on Business. So this is the first one, and by the grace of God, we do some other one as time progresses. This is not full consulting. This is just giving you some tips about how you can run your business better. So today we are going to be talking about cash flow and a bit of it. Either you are operating cash economy or credit economy, cash flow is as important as ever. So if you don't manage your cash flow, you will discover that the business that is considered profitable will just go under. So it is very important to pay attention to them. For those who have the book, if you go to chapter 4 of the book, Thoughts of a Village Boy, you will see there the paradox of cash flow, the paradox of a kingdom. Why do I call it a kingdom? Because cash flow is the king of business. It's the king. And why is it a paradox? It's a paradox because a business that is profitable but that does not pay attention to its cash flow, they just go under. And when you have shortage of cash flow, you can take a wrong decision. When you have too much cash flow, you can also take a wrong decision. So for today, I will just use two examples for the lovers of football, which is called soccer here in North America. I will use the two examples to maybe on a lighter mode to drag home the issue of cash flow. For instance, if Arsenal Football Club has a very good cash flow, maybe they would have signed David Luiz, which is considered pain. I'm just saying. Or on the other spectrum, when you have too much cash flow and you don't manage it well, you can also take a wrong decision. Consider the other side of the spectrum, the giants, Manchester United, Man U, otherwise known as Olamide United. Because of excessive cash flow, they signed a player that is is more of an organist, a pianist, than a goal scorer. And even when they sent him on loan, it's still a pattern. That decision is still a part of their cash flow. So if you have too much cash flow, you can take wrong decision. If you have shortfall of cash flow, you can also take a wrong decision. So we have to balance our art. So also, don't forget to visit my website, thevillageboy.com, www.villageboy.com. The last word there is I and not Y. So you remember the what we call boy. Anyway, you will see the website address, on your screen now. You will see it, so that visit it and explore our website. Send messages to us. This is the first part of our tips for cash flow. Put your eyes on it. At the end of that chapter, I give some tips, general tips, which I will also be reading out at the concluded part of these tips. This is just the forties of the tips on cash flow. Keep your eyes on your cash flow for your business to continue to thrive. Thank you and have a good day.